Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast and our special guest today, General Phoenix.
Yes, I'm back, guys.
So today we're covering the first season of the really long-running anime Naruto.
And then Phoenix is going to share with you more information as our resident Rascal expert on all things Naruto for the three different series of this particular franchise.
Right.
And we can't wait!
Yes.
Say hello,
Yeah.
Phoenix!
Once you finish the first series of Naruto, you'll love Shippuden and the Boruto series after you finish Naruto.
Yes. Say hello, Phoenix!
And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and notification for every future podcast and all the pause videos.
Absolutely. So, this was a very interesting season. It started off one way, in the middle it turned to something else, and in the end it turned to something else.
Yeah.
And for part of what happened in here, we were a little stunned, but before we get to that part, we're talking about the beginning, where he first begins training
Yes.
as
A ninja. Basically just a ninja. Shinobi.
right.
And Naruto's dream is to become the Hokage, right?
Yes, his future goal is to become the greatest Hokage, just like the fourth Hokage.
Okay.
And he's got some mad confidence. I mean, you know, he keeps telling people. So there's no way in the world he can't make this goal, even if we didn't know everything else that happens.
Right.
In other series, you knew just by him constantly saying this, he's really dedicated, he's focused, and there's no way with that type of dedication and focus and confidence that he would not make it.
Right. So we know he achieves the goal because they have all the other series everywhere,
But
right?
again, if we didn't know, just
Right, that's
what
what I mean.
You know, you
That's
had
what
to
I
make
mean.
it.
I watch the show and then you see, oh, he did. Dang it!
So tell us more, Phoenix, about the cast, Sasha and
I mean, it was Sakura, right?
Sakura and
what was his name?
you
Sasuke?
tell us. He's gonna
Sasuke.
tell us.
Oh, so the rest of the cast of Naruto, there's also his friends and, who's kind of his friend. Yeah. Like, there's Sasuke, he's the rival to Naruto. And there's also the girl he loves, even though she kind of treats him like she's nothing. And I'm like, he's nothing, and that's Sakura.
And she's
Naruto.
into Sasuke, right?
Yes, and she's in love with Sasuke.
Okay.
Even though Sasuke finds her annoying.
Yeah, I guess-
And then there's the sensei.
Yes, Kakashi Sensei, who's the most well-loved character.
Yeah, you can't help liking him. You
Right.
can't. So in the beginning, it was interesting for us to watch that they went on their travels and they were escorting this elderly man where he had to go. So can you share more about why they chose to actually do this? Because he wasn't too sure at first that he wanted them to even do it.
Okay, I think the only reason they had to do that because Naruto just wanted a real mission because he's tired of all this baby stuff missions like saving cats and helping elders, like with their groceries or just helping little kids.
Can't blame him.
Oh, yeah.
Can't
I
blame
really
him.
want a mission,
Right.
that's like for, elite and, more ninja that got more training in them.
Right, a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, because we were seeing the stuff they had to do. I was like, well, these are chores. These aren't missions.
It's Karate Kid Naruto style. And then while they were on this mission, they encountered this other ninja and his sensei. And it got pretty dark and they were pretty rough.
Yes. And the names were Zabuza and Haku.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's where, it was interesting. And then the younger one started telling his backstory and he found out that he really had a difficult time. And it was really a miracle that he was even doing what he was doing. And then it got so sad because we know this is a spoiler now because it's 100 years old when both he and his sensei died, and right then and there, I was just ready to quit watching. I was like, no, they didn't kill them. No, and yes, we know that he had done things to them, but he was still a kid.
Right.
And in the sense they died too. So that was sad. Even though you knew that what he was trying to do, but Naruto, you could see his character, how he could empathize and how he really, he felt really bad for him.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to help him go the right way. But unfortunately, in the story, it wasn't meant to be.
Right. And when they did this, like you said, all these different themes in here, and we didn't know a lot of these things were in the show prior to watching it. I was really on the assumption that Naruto was in a different time period, like feudal Japan, when ninjas are really at the peak in history. And then we watch the show, and they're eating instant ramen noodles. They have cars. They have cell phones. Like, wait a minute, this is modern day. I don't know why that just threw me. It's like, wait a minute, they have ninjas. It's just in modern day. That's it. And they drive car, everything. They just do everything regular people do. I thought that was hilarious. It's like,
yeah, I don't know why we thought it was, past, but yeah, we found out we were wrong.
Like, oh gosh, it's like Bleach. Like, wait a minute, this is modern day.
Well, Naruto is a very popular anime in Japan, just like with, the other ones like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Bleach.
That's true. So I guess it fit.
So after that was over, then they are going to a school for some additional training, and we meet all this slew of new characters, including the goofy green guy in that green outfit who's a jerk. And you see the training, and there's some levity, and you get to laugh quite a bit, I'm sure, before the crap hits the fan in the beginning of season 2. So tell us more about that, please, Phoenix.
Alright, so this is the next arc that you're entering now, and that is the tuning exams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
Yep, and the character that you mentioned, that's goofy and he wears green, his name is Rock Lee.
Yeah, I remembered.
Both he and the
I won't mention him by name.
Both he and the sensei are nuts. Yeah. I thought the sensei was the turtle at first.
Yeah. He's very confident and very strong, and he had an interest on taking on Sasuke because he always heard great things about the Uchiha clan.
Okay.
Right. Oh man, yeah, that got slightly intense and slightly hilarious at the same time.
It was like the SAO movie we watched last night, where this guy was he was intent on beating Kirito.
Yeah.
He didn't care about anything else but becoming number one and beating the Black Swordsman. Right. So that reminded me of that when we were watching this guy, and I'm like, this guy Naruto, he's just like that guy. And it was interesting seeing how they were deciding who to weed out during the exams. There were people who were cheating, but if they got caught, they got eliminated. But the ones who didn't get caught were able to pass.
Yeah, that was a strange twist on this type of arc. I thought it was one whole episode dedicated to them just sitting down at the desk. It was the most intense thing they've ever had in their lives, was sitting down at the desk taking a test.
And two of the most interesting things that happened for me during this part was, one, you got to really, if you didn't understand Naruto's character, you got to really understand it now, because he was offered to cheat on the test, and you could see he was thinking, considering it, and then he told her, no, thank you, I appreciate it, but no, I'm not going to do it. And it was like, wow, you knew all the craziness was happening and people that were getting thrown out. But again, he's dedicated, he's focused, he's honorable, and he wouldn't do it. So I did really like that part of learning more about him. And then there was a guy, I don't remember his name, but he was the guy who had the cards, and he had put all the information, because he'd taken this Kunin exam multiple times. I think he said 17.
Something like
and hadn't passed. So can you talk more about that character, Phoenix?
Yes. His name was Kabuto.
Oh. That was so simple. How could we?
It's like Naruto. It rhymes.
Kabuto. Okay. And does he ever pass later on in the series?
Yes, he does pass, and there are going to be some, things that you won't like later on. what they do on his character.
Okay.
Ah, okay. I thought I'd seen him before on some other, like, some images and stuff, but I didn't know who he was. I just knew he had the gray hair and that was it, so I guess we'll find out.
Saw him on my Shaolin King 2 spin.
Wow, awesome.
That's
okay.
Did he play, what's his name, Nuka?
Yes, he did play Nuka.
Very good.
Okay, then that might be a warning sign. That might be a warning sign there, so let's enjoy it while it lasts.
Right. So we find out that the three, I'm going to say Team Naruto, passes. And so now we'll be going into season 2 to find out what happens after this. So we have to say we enjoyed the season except for the dying of the character and his sensei. I just really, we kept going, they actually, kids die in this series.
Oh boy.
They killed kids in this series and we were like,
right? Hey, if this was airing on the 4Kids TV thing, we'll say, oh, they're just sleeping.
yeah.
They're kids in a coma. Just, you'll never see them again.
So far, it's good. We're looking forward to watching the next season. So now, tell us more about this series and then the succeeding series, Boruto and Naruto Shippuden.
Alright, so the Naruto series really takes a different level, and it's basically, almost like the series One Piece and Bleach, and Dragon Ball, but different, because it follows the story of a ninja who really wants the world to stop making him look like he's a freak just because he has the 9 tails in him.
Okay.
And on the way, he has his rival Sasuke, who he still doesn't know about, and Sasuke really thinks that he's better than Naruto.
You can kind of get that, yeah.
And we all know what Sasuke's goal is. He will restore his clan and destroy a certain someone who destroys his clan.
Okay.
And the character, the female one, who's the main one, and is on the same team as Naruto and Sasuke, who we all know by not like Simba's character, Sakura Haruno, where she's really lovable and she's kind of funny, and she gets too much hate from the fandom, and where the people like the Naruto fans saying that she's useless and annoying, which I kind of don't like at all.
Okay, I'm not seeing how they get that, but don't see it.
I feel like every series there's one character they don't like in particular.
And it's usually a female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, that's really odd.
For me, I kind of find Sakura funny, and she is pretty strong, in my opinion.
Well, yeah,
That's
she's
a
able
good
to.
thing.
That's
yeah.
true. She's able to knock Naruto across the screen in one
Yes.
hit. So yeah, she's strong. Next thing you know, he's over the next county. So yeah, she is strong.
Yeah. And I do find it funny whenever she punches Naruto when she gets annoyed with him, especially the part where Naruto's young friend has Sakura with his girlfriend.
He went through the fence. Oh gosh, I love that part. You idiot!
So we're looking forward to see the rest of this series, and after Naruto ends, then there's the next series, which is
Shippuden, the sequel to, that happens a time skip like 2 or 3 years into the future.
okay.
Okay.
And
And the next spin-off series, Boruto, that explores Naruto's son and his adventures.
okay.
Okay then.
So how big is the time skip for that one?
For that, the time skip would be, is like, I think he's like in his 30s or 20s after,
wow.
the Shippuden series.
It's like a Young Justice time skip.
Yeah, that's a huge jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen like a little bit of that come up on Toonami. That there was a time last year they were airing like a new season of the show, or it was brand new to Toonami, and I didn't remember too much of it. I just knew they were really in modern. Well, they were in modern day, but now they were in 2019 or 2020. And now they're actually doing more inside classes, which is funny because that was already intense in this season we were seeing. And there was this guy, I don't know his name, but he was like all blue or something, and he became his friend. That's like the only thing I've seen of it.
Yes.
I forgot, I don't know his name, but he said he wanted to be his friend. And that was like the only part I saw, and even though not knowing the characters, the friendship was already endearing, so that means it must be really well written.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't wait to see the rest of these series. It's going to be a while. But the great thing is right now, all of the series and movies are available on Netflix. And I don't know if they're anywhere else. Are there anywhere besides Netflix?
Yes, there are more. Like, there's also, yes, there's the three main movies of the first Naruto series. The first season of Naruto before Shippuden. There's also the Shippuden movies as well. And trust me, the Shippuden movies are pretty enjoyable.
Okay, great. We're looking forward to it. It's always fun to watch movies after season.
Right. We've gotten real into that since Pokemon.
Yes. So when do we watch the first movie in this, in Naruto? When is the first movie happen?
When you watch the first movie of Naruto, you have to finish the episode that's filler, and that's called episode 101. I'm not sure what season it was again, but the movie is called The Land of Snow.
Okay.
Then we could probably just add that one in.
Right.
And that's it. Just leave the rest out so we don't get mixed up saying, which one is this again?
Right. And we will, of course, ask you, what's next? So if you guys have seen Naruto, let us know what you think in the comments below. Are you a lifelong watcher like Phoenix? Or are you new like we are and you're enjoying it? Did you see it when it originally aired? Or if you're watching it like us new, let us know in the comments below. If you haven't seen it, again, the movies and the series are on Netflix, so give it a watch and let us know what you think as well. If you have a favorite character, and do you enjoy the movies as well?
Yes, and two more things I forgot to mention. Hinata is the girl you mentioned who wanted to help Naruto and she in class. She's the cutest as well, and she is also the main love interest for Naruto.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I guess we should have figured that one out.
Yeah.
Willing to let him cheat? Yes, we should have known.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, so this really does go into somewhere at some point. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And there's a character who loves death, and he's from the Sand Village, and his name is Gara.
Yes,
we finally saw him. I was like, I only recognize him because of Playmaker's video where he used him as the villain.
Yes, he was Sandman. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yes. And number 3.
As the series later on, like in season 3, you'll love Gara a lot more when you learn about his backstory.
Okay.
Okay, good. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yes. And I also forgot to mention Zabuza, who was the guy who died after, before the training exams art came.
Yeah.
He is voiced by legendary voice actor Steve Blum.
Oh, yes.
And you recognize him.
Yes. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Steve Blum.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us and giving us so much more to talk about during this podcast. And again, Phoenix is the resident expert, so if you have any questions for him about Naruto or any of the other series, ask them in the comments below, and I'm sure that he'll be happy to answer them.
Yes, I will.
Alright, and be sure to like, subscribe, and click notification bell to get updates on future podcasts and World of Paws videos.
And more Naruto podcasts.
Yes.
Yes.
So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
And I'm General Phoenix.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.